of Angular beginner to advanced course, and today we will continue on our Angular journey. As you all know, Angular is a bit big than React, and it is taking me some time to do that. Means React was actually completed in less than 5 hours, but Angular is not like that. A lot of things are there. So we'll start our day 2, and day 1 also we did a lot of things. We created this whole app, and I just ran the. Okay, let me share my screen. Share the screen too. So we created all this on day 1, and that was a lot of things. And after this we are going to look next what to do. And as always, I will share the attendance at the end. 3 people registered yesterday to get the participation form, and whoever will attend daily, they will get the participation certificate. Okay, as always. Okay, so let me also tell attendance form will be given at the end. Okay. So as well, and if you're watching it on LinkedIn or some other places, please do come to my YouTube channel, because here only I can give the attendance form and all, because I don't have much time to give it there on LinkedIn. And the chat, what is happening, the chat is only going to YouTube and Twitch anyways. I don't use that much. Okay, so I think ng serve is done. Okay, so ng serve is done. It was taking some time. Okay, so it is what it is. Yeah, it is working. So we will what we are going to do. So we are going to learn about directives now. So first we are going to learn all these things we have learned, and different things and all. Okay, so let me increase the font size also. Okay, Tangi model and all those basic things we have learned yesterday, and we are going to learn about directives. So directives, what are directives? So they are instruction to the DOM, and there are some built-in directives which are very much important in Angular, and we use it always. And so let us understand about them, like ng, if, and all those things. We will understand about them. So now again, in the servers, the ts file, I will come here. After this server name, I will have this. Server created equal to false. Server created equal to false, I'll have. And this variable is the server created equal to false. Okay, and then after that, on create server, I'll have this dot server created equal to true. So this code we have done yesterday. So go through yesterday's recordings and you'll understand what I'm doing. Okay. So server created is false, and when I have this on server created, which is been called from here on server on create server. Okay, on create server is been called from here on click, and it is set to true. Okay, so that is done. Save it. Now what we are going to do, we are going to come back here, because all the directives are in the html file. Okay, all the directives are in the html file. Okay, all these servers will be there. And now this add server and all is there, and here we are going to have a. And if so, for that, what I'm going to do, first I'm going to comment this out, because I don't want it like this. I'm commenting this out, and p is there, server created with name. So I'm passing the name, which is this server name. So what is this server name, whatever the ng model, so whatever I'm typing it here, and I'm clicking on the add server, so it will be done, this server created with the name. So I'm doing this. Okay, this all I have removed. Now I will look into the directive of ng. So ng, the directives are always given in some html element. So here it starts with star, and as the name says, it is like the if statement of our normal javascript, but it is used in html. ng if I will do an equal to server created, server created, I'll do, okay, equal to server created. So what does this mean? So this means if this variable server created, which is here, it is true, then only this will be shown. If it is false, it will not be shown. So let me save it. Okay, okay, now I will come back here, and I'll do sr1, and I'll do add server created with sr1. So what is happening right now? It is only coming when the server created is false. Initially it is true. Initially it is false. Now when you click on the button, it become true, and that is been shown. So that's why how the ng if works. So now what I'm going to do next, I'm going to have the else part also, but the else part is a bit complicated here. Else part is not a small a lot of complications are there, means it is shown in a different way, not a lot of complication. The syntax is a bit different. Okay, so let us do that. And here I'll do a the semicolon, and then else I will do. Okay, one more thing. This is wrong. This will be here only. Okay, and then else no server. So I am giving this thing else no server. So what is this else no server? So this thing I have to create this variable. Okay, else no server I have done, and here I'll do something known as a ng template. I have to use ng template. So that's why I was telling this is a bit different. And hash I have to do no server, and no server created, and ng template I have to no server yet. So see, this thing I'm linking from here. So this is how it works. This thing I'm linking from a else part. So this is not like a traditional else if else. So by default, when no server is there, so it is no server yet is coming, because this is false. Server created is false, so it will be shown like this. Okay, so now I will add something like sr1 add server. Now it will be shown like this. So this is how the if else statement works, or ng if and the else part works. Okay, so that is done. Now we will look into some more directives. Okay, so the other directive which we are going to look is the ng style directive. Okay, so this is directives allow us to dynamically update the styles, and styles are as well as a very important thing. So for this we are going to go in different file, like we are going to go in server component.ts file, and the corresponding server component.html file. So server component.ts file, we don't have anything here right now. Okay, server component is like showing this as offline and all. So here what I'm going to do here, the first thing which I'm going to do is I will have a constructor here. So because I want to have some values which are there by default. Okay, so constructor I'll have, and then this dot server status, this dot server status I am having this server status which is offline. Math dot random is greater than 0.5, then it is online or it is offline. So I'm going to have this thing. Okay, and I'm going to have another thing also. This also I will make it a random. So this dot server id equal to math dot whatever, means this I will do because I want it as a number. So I will do a math dot flow and math dot random into 100 plus 1. Okay, so that is done. And now I will have another thing which is known as a get color. I will have this function, and it will have this return this dot server status equal to online, green, red. Okay, so this is the server status. Okay, this is the server status. If it is online, then it will return green or it will return red. So this it is returning color, means depending on the server status, either it is online or offline. And online offline also I'm going to change it based on this maths or random. So okay, so I will go here and server component .html I'll go, and in this h4 now I will show something nice. Okay, so here the directive is given by ng style. So ng style like this, ng style equal to background color is like get color, like this. Background color is like get color. And so get color, as we have seen, the get color, what get color is going to return me something like a green or red, depending upon whether it is online or not. And online or not is done by the constructor, which runs during the initial load. Okay, so this is like this. And background color, so this is how the ng style we use. Ng style, we can give something like background color and it is calling like this. So this is popular only because of ng style. Okay, so I will save it. Now I will come here. See, server 86 is offline, so that's the background color is red. Server 72 is online, so the background color is like so. See, both of them are offline, so it is like this. And now everything is like random. It is also random. Number ID is also random. So anything we can get. So both of them are offline, so it is red. So let me click it. One is offline, one is online. This is how powerful this ng style is. Okay, so ng style is this powerful. So now we look into another thing which is known as ng class. So ng class, it allows us to dynamically change the css class, and it is a bit different than the uh, ng style. And let us look into that. And for that, in the server.component.ts file, I'll come here and I will put styles here. Okay, so styles here like this, back tab. Okay, and then dot status text, color is white. So I can directly give the thing here, and in a array, and I am taking the template string, so that thing is there. So text padding is padding 5px. I'll do save it. That I have saved. Now I will go back to the server component.html file here inside this only. So let me take it in some different line, because I'm going to have a lot of things here now. So here, so the first thing which I'm going to have is the ng class. Ng class equal to, again I will have this thing. Okay, and then I will have this status text. I can check the status text directly here from the style. I can check it directly from here. Status text, I have to go this status text, and it is server status triple equal to online. So status text is whatever the status text. What does that mean? Server status is online. Server status is online. So I have this online and offline here. So if the server status is online, then this status text, this style will be taken, and which is color is white. So this style will be taken only if the status text is online. So this is quite different from ng style which I have. So this we have done, and I have created one more style. And this is how we can use the style also without a css. Okay, so this text padding I have written, so I will directly use this text padding. I have written it for just to have some padding, so that it is looking, will look much more better. So class equal to text padding, and this is how we can use it like directly also. Text padding, I'll do and save it. So if it is online, so see, all of the text is white, but why it is giving like this? Okay, okay, I gave one more. Save it, and it will come like this. If offline, nothing is there, but in online it is doing this. Okay, online it is doing this, and all these things are there, including the text padding is there. Okay, maybe 15px. Yeah, so it is doing and exporting in both of them. But the main thing is that in the online one, it is showing it as white. So that is what is done by our ng class. So that is there. And now what we are going to look, we are going to look into ng for. So another ng for, as the name says, it is like a for loop. But for loop for what? For loop for our html. Okay, for loop for our html. So let us go again to back to our servers. Okay, servers dot component dot ts. I will go, and here what I'm going to do is that this server created is there. Okay, server created is there. After that I will add the servers equal to sr1 comma sr2, sr1 comma sr2 I'm having. And then on this on create server is there. And then here what I'm going to do this. So this happens when I push that. Okay, when I click on that button, this dot servers dot push and this dot server name, this dot server name. What is the server name? I'm going to push it. Servers dot push, server name is there. Now we'll come to the corresponding html file. I'm going to come, and in the app server I don't want to have two app servers, so whatever is there I will have that. So here I'll have the ng for equal to let server of servers. So this is like the for of loop or for of loop which we have. So server, this is just a variable name, but this is the main thing. Servers, it should match with this. Servers, it should match with this. So depending on this I will create the server component, app server component. So if I come back here, so two server are created. Okay, two server are created. And if I add sr5 and add server, a new one will be created. Although this id is taking randomly because I have not done that, but you can get it. Means initially two will be there, and later on more will be added. Okay, whatever I add, it will be added. And I don't know how many it will be added. So I've done this app server, and which is the let server of servers is there. And always I'm pushing to it, so again a new thing will be created. So this is how all of these things are done. So we are done with this thing. So now what we are going to do, so we are going to a bit deep dive into component and data binding. So how we are going to do that? So we are going to do that in a different project. So let me close this project and cd dot dot. I have already created a second app with the same way in which I created the first app, and it is also a brand new app. Nothing is there, I've just created it. Okay, so I open it with VS Code, and let me do ng serve. So this is how we run a angular app, ng serve. So I've done this, and then I'll come back here, and here in the src and go to app, and app.component.html and app.component.html. I will have some code here. Okay, not this code, but okay, one more thing. I think we'll add a bootstrap also here. So bootstrap also I need to add here. Okay, so or else it will. Okay, I have to add bootstrap also. Let me add that also, because this is all bootstrap code. And then I will also add a bit of more code. I will explain it. And app dot component dot ts here. So anyways, this will give me error because I don't have the bootstrap now. Okay, bootstrap is not there, ng model is not there, all those things I have to add. So how to add? Okay, so one sec. Okay, so this thing also I need to add with the same way. And what is the same way? Same way is okay. Ng sub. Okay, actually yes I'll do, but I have to do something more. And where is my other app? So the basic setup also I have to do that basic setup. Okay, so where is it? Workshop is there, and it is 27 December. So I will quickly check. I should not have done. Okay, anyways, it is taking a bit of time. So as we have done, first thing, okay, is that, so this is the older app. So as you can see in this package.json, I have added this bootstrap at 3, bootstrap at 3. So I have to add the bootstrap at 3 first. So let me remember this. So bootstrap at 3 I have to add, then in angular.json I have to add it like this. These two things I have done, and then the other thing which I have to do, because of this it is giving error, is to have this forms module also. So these three things I have to do, and I just remember it. But anyways, it will fail. So it will be, see, I might have that thing also. Bootstrap at 3. So bootstrap at 3, first thing I have to add that thing. Bootstrap at 3. Okay. Then yeah, bootstrap at 3 I have added. Now as, where is my first app? Yeah, here is the first app. Like here in the angular.json I have to come, and in the styles I have to add this. So I'll come here, angular.json, the styles, I'll come and paste it. Okay, save it. That is done, and still it is giving me this for this ng model, because as I have told, this ng model we have to add that your forms module. So forms module is not added, so we will add that forms module. So forms module we generally add in this here, so we have to manually add it. And just like in that as you can see in this also first app also, this app module is been added in the, this forms module has been added in the import. So forms module have to add here. Okay, after this, comma, forms module, angular forms is been included, save it. And now see, all these errors have gone. Okay, all these errors have gone. So let me also run the ng serve. Now see, let me now briefly tell what is this. So this is like add new server or blueprints, and this server and all these things are there. Ng model is the new server name. So another let me close this. So new server name and all these things are there. So on server add and on blueprint add. So these are two things in which we are going to add something. So name is this, the server name, and content is this. So what I'm going to add, so whatever the user enter, I will add that. Add server will add that thing, on add server, and on add blueprint will add that thing. And then depending upon something we are going to show it as, so ngif type is server, we are going to show it as red color. So again we are going to element dot type is server. So like this, element dot type is server, or element dot type is blueprint. So depending upon that, we are showing the different color. And for we are going through, looping through all the server elements, element in server elements. So this server elements is a common array in which we are pushing everything. Okay, so that is there. So let me see whether it is coming, and this serve is running, and this serve is running successfully. So if I run it, so it is like this: add a new server or blueprint. Okay, so sr1 server1 and add server I'll do. So see, sr1 and server 1 is been added like this. Add blueprint, so it will be added like this. SR1, same thing I'm adding. So but the color is different, so color is coming from here, color is coming from here, and we are just looping through it. We are just looping through it and showing all these things. So here we are looping through it. On server add will add the server, and on blueprint add will add the blueprint. So what's the difference? Just the difference is that server name and all is right, but here it is name is server and here the name is blueprint, and depending upon that we are styling with the color. If ng4 is ng4 element or type equal to server, style color equal to true. Okay, so this is there. And if element equal to blueprint, we are doing nothing. So this is like this. So these two are different. So this whole line will be shown if this is server, and whole line will be shown if it's a blueprint. And blueprint is just like em, just, and this is strong also and bold also, strong and bold, strong and bold. Okay, so em is like italics. Okay, so that is working fine. Now the thing is that this is a very big component. So now the thing which we are going to learn is to split it into smaller components. So how we are going to do that? So we are going to do that with first creating two new components. With again we are doing it with CLI, because we have seen that without CLI it's really a bit difficult thing to do, and all those things you have to do it. Okay, so here I'm going to the control K, and I don't like PowerShell, so I'll go to git bash. PowerShell, I will come, click, and here ngGC cockpit. Again, I have to come to this GC like this, and it is done. ngGC server element like this. So this two thing I am done. So these two things are done. So in the we have our cockpit. Okay, so cockpit.html, let me click the cockpit.html. So here this app.component we have. So here we have this row and all, add a new server or a blueprint and all these things. So this row is there. Okay, so we'll cut this row and we'll place this in our cockpit. So let me do that. So cut this row completely like this and place it in the cockpit, not cockpit box, but like this. Control A, Control Shift P, format selection. But we are going to get a lot of errors. We are going to get a lot of errors, and let me save it anyways. And now in the cockpit also, cockpit ts file, what I'm going to have in the cockpit.ts file also, I'm going to have everything from this app.component. So what we are going to have from this app.component, actually we are going to have all these things. Only the server element I will keep it here, and here this new server, and till here I'll cut it, and I will place it in the cockpit. Okay, place it in the cockpit, and also place it in the cockpit. Okay, so I placed it in the cockpit. So again, so we are, of course we are getting a lot of errors. Okay, a lot of errors we are getting. So now how to solve it? So first we have to solve this, because anyways this server element is not there. So server element, where is the server element is here in the app.component. So now as I have told, we don't have the servers element, so we have this error because of that, because the servers element is not there. Okay, so what we have to do? So we will going to fix it, but what we are going to do now, so let me close it for now. So we are going to move the rest of the file also from the app component. So we created another new thing, which is the server element component. So this will be just be the primary component, and everything else will come from there. So server, here also this access I will come, and here this div is there. After this access, this div which is showing me everything. So I will, let me click it, and I'll cut it. I'll cut it, and then I will go to the server element component.html, and here just I will paste it. Control A, Control Shift P, format selection, save it, and now it is okay. And then what we are going to do in the app component.html only, we have to add those things, those two things we have to add. So it is now having nothing, so we have to add the app cockpit also and the app server element also. Both of those things we are going to add first, and we are having a lot of errors there, so all those things we have to fix. Okay, so first thing is that after this container I'm going to add this app cockpit. I will add the component I have added, and here inside this app server element, this is app server element. So go here also, this, see, this is app server element. Okay, so I'll come here, and here I'll do a app server element. Okay, app server element, but I'm not going to show we have to show a lot of things here, so we have to use the ng for here. Ng for, just like we have seen it in the previous case also, ng for, and let item of server element. So what is the server element? So this is depending upon this server element. Depending upon this, I'm showing this app server element. Okay, app server element I'm showing as of that. So as we can see, our app is if you go back, our app is crashing. Okay, because it is not finding a lot of things, it is not finding. So for now on, from now for some time, but we have to comment out some of the code. Okay, so we will go to this e cockpit ts. I'll go, and here it is showing that server's element is not defined. Okay, so better we will comment this out for now only. So server element, and then this server element, I'll comment this out. Okay, and why it is showing now me error? Okay. I should not have removed that. ng on in it, right? Okay, now it is gone. Okay, so it is required because I was implementing it. Okay, so if I go back, okay, it is still giving me errors. Okay, so it is giving me error because server elements component, it is not finding the server's element component. So here, now it's time to fix that. Servers element component.ts, I'm going to come, and here it is giving me because of this. Okay, it is not finding this in angular code, it always give us what is the error and all this. It is not finding this server elements, so it is not finding this server elements. So how to fix that? Okay, how to fix that? So we'll go here. Okay, it is not finding it. I will create a okay, element, it is of element I've created, and it is of type. So again, a lot of thing you have to give a type string, name string, and content is, it is not an like this, it is an object. Okay, it is an object, it is an object name string, and it is not like something like this, it is just like this. Okay, so element which is of type object, and it has got this type, name, and content, it has got those things. Okay, so this we have to add here, element. So soon we will connect the dots. Okay, so now after this, in the still we have a lot of things. App component dot ts file we have to open. I should not close these things. Lot app component dot ts file we will come, and here the server element is there. Okay, server element, I have to let us pass something here. So type is server, name is maybe test server or sr1, and content just test is more than enough. So I have this servers element in which I have a object. Okay, so now what I'm going to do in this app component.html, I have to bind this ng4 is there. Okay, ng4 is there, and here I have to bind this element with the item. So I'm passing here each item of server element, so I have to bind this with the item. So each item, what is this each item? Each item is this thing, this is the item, is object. So this I'm binding it with the element. So what is this element? Element is this thing. Okay, so I'm binding it with this, and I will save it. And now, so this is how we are doing this binding and all. So passing a data from one component to another and all. So this app is a parent component, so we want to bind it to the child component with the server element. So how we are going to do that? So here what we have to do is, it is, although we have written this element, but how it will know that it is connected from here, this element. Okay, so for that, again, still we have some error. Okay, so for that we have something known as input. So we have to do it with the input, so we have to bind it. So this is how we pass data and all those things in a Angular app. Okay, so input I have done, and then these are known as decorators in Angular. Input I'll do like this, and now it is coming from as an input from a parent to a child. So I will save it. Now if I go back, it is now, yeah, now it should work. Fail to compile. Okay, let us fix it. And let's element in server elements. It is giving me in the server element component dot html. Server element component dot html. Okay. Actually this doesn't have this thing, ng4. This I have to remove it from here. Now it is compiled successfully. If I go back, just a test is coming. Only this one is coming, just a test, which we are passing it from here. So this is how we pass data. Okay, so this is how we pass data, and from a parent to child, but only just a test is coming. So now this is done, but this is how the data is passed from the parent to the child. Now we'll implement the other way around, which is the changes in the child to the parent. And this is not like React, we have a lot of binding things, and also we don't have to use a hack or something like this here. So what we will do here, so in the app component.ts file, okay, we are going to go, let me, again, a lot of things are coming here. So app component.html, I'll go, and in this here we'll in the app cockpit, so we are going to do this cockpit thing. So cockpit, I'm going to send uh, so server created equal to on server added, and dollar event is there, and then blueprint created equal to on blueprint added, and here also dollar event is there. So we are passing this event to the cockpit. Okay, so that is there, and these functions now we have to create. So we will go to the app component dot ts file, and here we have to create this function, on server added and on blueprint added. So on server added we will create first. We'll come here, and app component here. After this, on server added, we are going to create, and here the server data is, server name is string and server content is string. Okay, and this dot server elements dot put, this is the same kind of code which we have just commented it out the, this is the server elements. So this server elements dot push type is server, and server data, whatever the data I'm getting here, server data dot server name. So this is something again TypeScript kind of a thing, we have to give the type. And also this is something which I don't like that much, I have told also earlier. So that's why I don't I even nobody uses, one of the biggest reason nobody uses Angular is for that also. So these are all very common, they just complicate things with all these things. Okay, so with all this type thing, and also people are say the TypeScript is very good, this complicates half of the code. Okay, on server added is there, and this is done, and server string and server content is string. Okay, so now we will have this on blueprint added also, like on blueprint added, on blueprint added is like blueprint data same, the blueprint data will be there, and then this is a server type is blueprint, blueprint data server name, and blueprint data dot server content I'll have. So both these things I'm having. So now what I was telling, we are sending data in the opposite direction from the cockpit to the app, so from the child to the app. So how to do that? So I'll do this cockpit dot component dot ts file. I'll go, and here what I need to do here first, I need to have this emitter, and okay, so I will have this event emitter, the event emitter, comma output. I'll have this to output, and now here I will come and add output server created, server created. So what is this server created? This server created, this server created is there, server created equal to new event emitter. Similarly, at output this thing again, blueprint created is like equal to new event emitter is there, and then on server added. So now this will be changed. Okay, on server added is like this dot, let me uncomment it, this dot server created. Okay, let me actually remove this thing because this is not like this code. This dot server created dot emit from here. So we are emitting something from here. Server name is this dot new server name, and server content is this dot new server content. So whatever is the server name is this, and server content is this. So we are emitting this data. Okay, so whenever we click on this, so this will be emitted. So similarly here I'll have this dot blueprint created dot emit. So blueprint created dot blueprint created dot emit, and server name is this dot new server name, and server content is this dot new server content. So both of these things are there, and so let us go back, and it is coming correctly, and as one server one, add server sr2 server 2, add blueprint, and add server is coming fine. Okay, so this is done. So this is the way we do bind the data, means all go to the code and all. So we are emitting this and all, means and it has been binded through this event and all. So this is how we bind it from that our child to parent. A bit complicated code, but it's okay. Okay, so it is there. Okay, Okay, so as you can see, all the cockpit code, that's form and all are here only. Okay, so that is how it is done on ad server and on blueprint and all those things. So when we are getting the data from here, new server name and all those things, so then we are emitting it from here to this here, emitting it from here, the data which we are getting from here, the input boxes which we are getting, and we are emitting it here, emitting it here, and this is how it is catching it, and then it is showing it here and adding it in because our server element was there. So this is how it is done. Okay, so now we see there is another way to bind the data, so we can see that thing. And for that, I'll come here, the cockpit component HTML. We're seeing that I'm using this ng model here. Okay, so I'm going to show another way, and this is that reference way, which local reference way, actually something like the ref matter but not exactly like that. Okay, so that is there. So this ng model, I have this. Okay, a lot of people are watching, please do like this video if you're liking it, because Angular videos you will not get in a lot of places. Angular is quite tough, and Angular is mainly used a lot in service companies and all still today. Okay, my last project as an associate architect was an Angular project only, so it has been used. It is not like it has gone. It is always, I say that at least two to three, two jobs are there in Angular if seven jobs are in React. Okay, so that is their ng model I have done. So this, now I will, what I'm going to do, I'm going to comment this out. Okay, so I'm going to show another way. I will keep this another ng model. Okay, and that is a local reference way. Okay, so then input type is text, class is equal to form control, and here I'm going to have a hash server name input. So passing data from parent to child and child to parent is done. Okay, so that is done. Good evening. Okay, server name input is there. Then here I will come, and here in the on add server I am going to add this. Okay, on add server and on add blueprint. Okay, so in both of these places I will send this server name input, and here also I will send this server name input. Okay, server name input and server name input, and it is giving me error. Okay, so it is giving me error, so because I have to come to the cockpit, save it, and cockpit I have to come, and here anyways I am going to comment this out. Okay, comment this out because we don't have that now, right now, new server name. And here I have to come, so it is again giving me error here. Okay, so here I will now receive it as something, so name input, because I'm passing it here, name input, and I can do any, like this is a TypeScript hack, do any. So name input dot value, similarly to this, name input dot value, and name input any, undo, and it will go, save it. So now let us go back, and here sr2 server 2 add server, sr3 server 3 add blueprint. So both of these things are working. So this is another way to do it. This is known as a local reference way, just showing that. And so we have learned mainly passing data from a, we had a huge component and we created it into smaller component first, and then we learn how to pass data from the parent to the child. Then we also learn how to pass data from the child to the parent. And another thing we learned that instead of ng model we can use this local reference also. So we have learned a lot of things today. And as I have told, Angular is not that much easy as React. React is way too much easy in comparison to Angular, but Yeah, in a lot of companies we use Angular. Once you get hang of this Angular, which I have not got yet. I've worked sometime in Angular project, sometime in React project, but I always used to love React, and React has a most number of jobs. So that's is the reason I teach React mainly in my personal batches. Only on in the corporate batches, sometimes the corporate clients ask me to teach both of them, React and Angular both, because what happens in the corporate projects in big service companies, they sometimes get some Angular projects, they sometimes get some React projects. So they want their people to learn both of them. Okay, so anyways, everything is JavaScript. You are seeing everything is JavaScript. The concept is a bit different, and once you get hang of it, once you work in Angular page, you'll know how to work on it. Okay, so with this I will end. Oh, sorry, actually I forgot to do one thing. Okay, fill your attendance here. Okay, I forgot to do this thing. Sorry for that. So I forgot to give the attendance. So today, so you all can fill your attendance here, and so that's it. Means please fill the attendance here. Sorry, I forgot to give this earlier. I should have given the attendance earlier. So Angular. So let me talk. Means Angular. This is done, and tomorrow, yeah, we will complete as I've told. Angular is a lot, and besides, I will complete the Angular, and then I will give all of you some projects. I will tell that there are some projects on my channel which you can do. I have a very good mean app also on my channel, so you can see. If I come here, where am I? Yeah, come to YouTube. So someone was asking me, sir, you should do some projects and all. So if you come here and go to the web dev, and please do subscribe to my channel if you're not done yet. Please do it. It helps to create more videos daily. Okay, so you will do a mean. If you search a mean app, so let me search it, because I have a very good mean app also. So this is the video to watch. So this mean app, and mean stands for MongoDB, Express, Angular, and Node. So mean app is there. So you all can do this mean app from here. Okay. So this mean app I am giving. A lot of people are asking about me to do. I don't do much of Angular, because as I told, there are more jobs in React. So if someone asks me in my main course also, which I do for everyone to get into the web app development, I do React only. I don't do Angular, because there are not many jobs in Angular in comparison to React. React is way ahead of Angular. React is easier also. What I feel it, to teach a fresher React or anyone React, it is much easier than to teach him or Angular. Angular takes a lot more time to teach him. At least it takes 1 month and all those things to teach. So it is much better to learn React, and because most number of jobs and startups only use React, nothing else. Sometimes they use Vue, but it's only React, and React. So that is all about it. I hope I gave the attendance form a bit late, but hope there were some people here, they filled it. Okay, so thanks for coming here. Means anyways, if you have not filled it, means maybe you can come to this video and can see it out and fill it out. Okay, so it will be there in the chat. I hope you liked it. So do fill this attendance forms, so that if you want this participant certificate, I know it is very important, because in my company I will give you my proper certificate, participation certificate from my company, which is a properly GST registered company all. So with this, I will end today's stream, and we'll meet again tomorrow due to the day 3 of Angular. So please join me and on day 3 also, and we are going to do this Angular journey today, and you will become a beginner to an